Hey guys, this is Waxing 24/7 Custom Car Care here with Maxshine, but we're going to give you the first initial steps on how to get a car detailed and remove any of the decontaminations that these cars have. Before we do any of that other foam bath and we mess with the truck and we get anything, for a lot of you mobile detailers out there, you know that getting these wheels and these tires cleaned first is basically the go-to what we need to do. A lot of times we have a lot of sun, especially out here in Southern California. Today we got a really gloomy day. Nonetheless, we like to get these done first. And the reason for that though is we'd rather have some little water spots on here to clean up after rather than the truck, especially with the black truck and the heat is ridiculous. It wouldn't work out so good. So we're gonna basically use, to start off this, we're gonna use this right here, wire and rim cleaner. And basically this is gonna remove any of this brown that we have. All this brown, and even like this is material. This is actually not plastic. This is actually material that is under this undercarriage. And we wanna basically use the same product that we use on this rubber on it here. And we're gonna do that using this. Some of this stuff right here is some of the, honestly, the best stuff that I've used. Maxshine has this stuff with some of their latest and greatest products that they have. We wanna be generous with it, but we don't wanna be too generous with it. We don't wanna sit there and soak them. We just wanna get a little bit on there, make sure that it's a little bit moist. And you're completely safe to put these on the rims and tires. One thing I suggest is when a lot of you hotter climates, I wouldn't put this out in the sun so long. You basically want to do a max 20 seconds and you want to rinse off, scrub off, however you're going to do it. But as you already see, the brown's already falling off. And that's basically what we want. And our next step is we're going to use this FeX right here. This is an iron remover. This is actually safe for all types of paints, especially on these rims. These are actually powder coated black. And we want to use this FeX right here just to remove anything that maybe your eye may not see. It could see, you know, just some dirt from the surface, but after we remove that with the water, we want to make sure that all the brake dust is just gone. We want it to fall off. Our next step is to use this tire brush. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of us out here that use this tire brush for other things, but we are using this specifically for tires. And we just want to remove all this brown on this. And you can use it on the rims. If it gets on the rims a little bit, it's okay. It's completely safe not to scratch. And if you still have browning, I urge you to repeat the same step. Don't be shy on using product, guys. There's nothing like having product out there on the shelf and it's expired. You got to use this product and use what it's for. Now we're going to use one of our Maxshine soft bristle brushes. It's basically like a microfiber. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use that iron remover to help us agitate all this and remove any of this brake dust. Brake dust, water spots, I mean, you name it, this iron remover is gonna remove it. And because we are not in the sun, we are gonna take a little bit extra time on getting these rims clean. Usually in the sun, we wanna do maybe 30 seconds on this iron remover, make sure it's not directly in the sun. But today we're not in the sun, period. And we want to make sure that we get these rims looking sparkling when we're done. And this is something I love doing, especially after we're done. You may not see no brown on there, but just to reassure it, we just reapply one more last coat. We don't really necessarily have to agitate it, but we just want to make sure there's no brown on it. And as far as these wheel wells, we want to use the same method. We just want to use our brains, guys. We don't want to use too many products, especially when we're out there detailing. So we're going to get this same nozzle and this same spray. This is basically what this stuff could do to a lot of the wheel wells that you don't see. And usually at this time we would dry these, but we got to prep this car. But like I said though, we prep these rims. These rims are pretty much ready to go. And now we move on to our next step. And our next step would be foaming bathing this car and basically giving it a nice decontamination so we can get ready for polish, sealants, or whatever we're going to use this paint for. Okay guys, we pretty much got down the wheels. That's one of our main reasons why we wanted to do that first. Get these wheels knocked out so then we can work on our way to this paint surface and make sure that this is decontaminated, because all that soap's gonna fall down. We just wanna make sure we do it easy way, not the hard way. We even got these underwells, wheel wells knocked out. So now we're ready to show you guys how we do a pre-rinse. The pre-rinse is basically to take off any loose dirt. We don't wanna sit here and foam bath and put dirt together like that. We want to basically remove as much dirt as possible with a pre-rinse. With any type of pre-rinse you have, use it. It's pretty good. This is why we do that, to remove stuff like this. You know, we don't want this to be hiding under the foam bath. So of course we do a pre-rinse to remove stuff like this, you know. Okay guys, we're here to demonstrate on how we prepare our foam for our foam bath to get this decontamination started. And there's really no reason why we're using purified water. We're just using it to just simplify it. I like to make sure that I have enough just in case, you know what I mean? I'm here now, might as well just, you know, get it done perfectly one time. And especially when you're in the mobile world, time is everything. We don't want to sit here going back and forth in the middle of a job, especially when it's hot or it's sunny, or even when it's different elements of the weather out there. And see, like I said, there's really no reason, there's really no dilution. I like to go by color. We put the water first, so we don't, if we put the soap first, it'll get bubbly. So we're gonna put this first. I just wanna be a little faster, guys. There's no wrong or right way to put this. You can put as much soap as you want. You can put a little bit of soap, just depending on how you wanna do your soap cannons. This is a pH neutral balanced soap. So it's not really gonna strip anything and it's not gonna leave a wax, but it will clean. And that's basically it, guys. This is how you set it up, your foam. You can put it on any pressure washer you need. And this is the dilution we're gonna go with. Okay guys, the mitt that we chose today is this Ultra Plush mitten from Maxshine, and the reason why we're using this is because it's black paint. We want to be very, very delicate with it, but we also want to remove any excess dirt, anything that's on this paint, any debris left on top of this surface after our wash. Okay guys, now we're done with the foam wash. Now we're gonna continue on and we're gonna do the rinse, the final rinse to remove all this dirt and this debris on to see what we have on this paint now. This is the final inspection before we do a process of correction or an enhancement, whichever comes first. Okay guys, now we're gonna do the little bit of this drying process. Luckily we have no sun and we're gonna dry these with these purple plush towels. These are the single-sided ones, but it does the same effect. And we're gonna get started on drying this. Usually I like to put one in one hand, put one in another. Okay guys, now this is our next step. After all the foam bath, the decontamination of the wheels and whatnot, our next step is we wanna make sure that all the brown that we took off the rubber, we wanna dress it now. So we're gonna use Maxshine's Tire Shine. We're gonna use a foam applicator specifically for this reason. Don't get me wrong, is you can spray directly on there. This car, I like to spray it on there, but some guys out there, you guys don't have to. This is just something the way I do it. I like my tires to look soaked up. And don't get me wrong, you might get some on the rims, but that's why we're gonna wipe those rims off after. Not everyone likes tire dressings, but we encourage you to keep your tires looking nice and healthy, no cracks on your tires, making your tires look really rejuvenated. Of course, if you want to see this shinier or duller, if you want to see duller, I suggest you wipe this. If you want to do shinier, throw another coat on there and you'll see the results. Basically, this is the stuff that we're using, and this is how to get your rims and tires nice and fresh looking again. I know rims look intimidating, but honestly, it's just common sense. I mean, you're not really gonna get it. There's nothing back here, it's clean. Just common sense to just get a towel, you know, like you're flossing your teeth, it's the same concept. And of course, after you're done wiping any of that tire residue, I always like to go over with something simple, but enough to take off anything else that you have on there. So we're gonna go with this wild cherry wax right here. It's just a spray sealant. Very easy, very, very, very simple to spray on. There's two ways you can do it. You can do it like this, or you could just spray it on the rag. Very, very simple, guys. Just wiping the face of this. We pretty much got the backs. Of course, we're using a new towel. Nothing crazy, just effortless, just to make sure that any detail you do, whether it's your detail or a customer's detail, you want to take some pride into it. And there's nothing like using some great Maxshine products that are actually going to work and they're actually going to show you some great results. Okay guys, now we're back, and this is the sealant that we're actually going to use on this top surface of this paint, making sure that this paint has no streaks on it, and most of all, it gets the protection that it needs. There's a few different ways on how we do it. For starters, we like to get this towel folded in fours. Just works a little bit easier when we're actually wiping this off. And like I said before, there's two ways on how to do this. You can spray it like this, and I like spraying it like that, especially with this type of weather. It's not going to kill me in the sun, but it's making sure that it's actually getting in all the surface, you know what I mean, that we can't see. It could be scratches, you know what I mean, anything. We want to make sure that we get it protected, you know. And this is one way that we do it. Don't get me wrong, you can throw on the towel like this. Either way is a great way to get your car with a nice spray sealant on there. And this is effortless work, guys. Everybody's going to be able to do this. Very entry level. Very effective. If you're inside the shop or you're a weekend warrior, it doesn't matter. This stuff is effective as heck. This is safe for all windows, whether you got tinted windows or whatnot. Very safe product, guys. There's really no wrong or right way to do this. Spray it as you want, spray it as you go. And I can bet you're gonna have some amazing results. And when we're wiping, especially on a truck or any type of paint for that matter, going in circles is okay. My suggestion, I recommend that go side to side. One motion, side to side, back and forth. And in that way is if you ever did get something in your rag and you get a scratch, it's not marring it, you're actually just getting it one way. That's it. Just something that I stand by. Okay guys, in conclusion, after we did our foam bath, after we did our wheel decontamination and removing all this brown off the rubber, this is what we should have here. This is an appropriate detail, soap and suds, bringing everything out on this vehicle. On our next step, we will actually be doing the interior, making sure that we get this interior nice and solid to match this outside and complement it. If you guys have any questions on anything that we did, you guys can leave a comment. You guys could actually subscribe, and thank you guys for watching this video. Also guys, and if you like any of the products or chemicals that were used today, from the rags to the sprays to even the foam cannon, go visit MaxshineCarCare.com for some amazing deals and some amazing chemicals that they have in store.